You have no killer dog I have to worry about, do you?
No, I don't, no.
I know, though, when we were speaking, watching this match, you said you won't discuss tactics. You're not going to change that, are you?
Well, I don't think nobody does that right before the match, and I believe nobody would, give you the tactics, but it's obvious that I have a tactic, and, Martina also, but I don't want to make a big thing about it.
But you've got a plan, right?
For sure, yeah.
They tell me that you have a musical career if you don't want to become a tennis player all your life. Is that right?
Well, you guys always make such a big things about everything, but I can't sing first of all, but I'm learning the tunes, and I'm trying to play guitar.
You didn't bring your guitar with you here to the garden, did you?
Well, no.
Little hesitancy there. I thought we could do a little duet or something. But you did go to a Broadway show while you were here, right?
Yes, we went on Thursday to see 42nd Street.
Did you like it?
It was fun, yeah.
Terrific. Now, you warmed up already for this match, am I correct?
For sure, yes.
But why is it that the tennis players warm so much, really more than players in other sports?
Well, I think, it's the different times when you play. If you finish like 11 o'clock at night, and then you really need time to wake up the next day if you play at 1 or at 12 o'clock. So the body has to have time to wake up, and, then we need longer to play.
Hana, you look relaxed and ready.
I hope so, thanks.
Thanks for being with us. Okay, bud.
She'll be 18 so quickly. Happy birthday to you, Steve.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Kathy. Happy birthday to you. That was for Kathy Rinaldi. If you want to sing it to her tomorrow, you can call her collect. Now, Hana Mandlikova or Mandlikova. Take your pick on the pronunciation. She says she doesn't care. Defeated Katarina Lindqvist to win the National Indoor Championship. Played at Princeton, but much more striking than that result was the semifinal in which she defeated Martina Navratilova. And she is a woman quite capable of defeating Navratilova. And let's look at the tail of the tape. Martina, 14 years, beginning her 14th season as a professional, 102 titles.
But 47 of those titles since the start of 1982.
When she's really started to pile them up. The record is 133 titles by Chris Everett Lloyd. And so Martina's still a ways off, but among Mandlikova's 23 titles are the French Open and the Australian Open, two of the majors. 13-5, Martina way ahead, but there have been some significant wins by Mandlikova. Which one, Steve?
Well, we're looking at the recent rivalry here. Now, the start of last year in '84, Hana won in Oakland. Then she lost in Amelia Island after leading 4-2 in the third. She lost this match at the French Open after having a point for 2-love in the third. Came back to beat her in the indoors this year. So she's been in all of those matches, even the ones she's lost.
But what were the big wins? There were a couple of other big wins for her.
Oh, well, yes. In 1980, she beat her at the U.S. Open, round of 16, straight sets. Followed in 1981, beating her at Wimbledon, 3-set semifinal.
So it was a big occasion, success. As we look at someone you may not recognize if you haven't been with our telecast, and you USA viewers have not been, Martina Navratilova in glasses. This is a recent development. It happened at Dallas after the defeat by Mandlikova. She was very upset. She lost the second set 6-love, and her coach, Mike Estep, states frankly, he said Martina quit in the second set. She was demoralized, confused, and he said that is not like Martina. So we talked it all over, and finally Estep made the suggestion. She had been complaining about lights everywhere they went. The lights weren't bright enough, and Mike Estep would say, they're okay. He said, finally, why don't you have your eyes checked? Which she did do at home in Fort Worth. She came into the Dallas tournament surprising everyone by wearing these glasses. She adjusted remarkably quickly to something entirely new to her, wearing glasses, and she has not lost a set since putting on those glasses. And like Barbara Streisand, she says she is built for glasses. She's got a little bump in her nose, and so she says there's no problem keeping them on. So you see the new, and Mike Estep said to her when he first saw her, he said, hi, Four Eyes. She was puzzled, and then she said, we don't have that expression in Czechoslovakia. I had no idea what she was talking about. So, Four Eyes, perhaps better than two in her case. Her vision adjusted to its former 2015. Now, we of course talked to her about spectacles, and we went to Martina about her thoughts on wearing glasses.
Well, I really had a hard time seeing at Princeton because it was indoors, and like I'm saying, the lights were bad, and the players were saying, no, the lights are good. And during the match against Hana, there were about 5 or 6 times where I kept telling Mike, I can't see the ball. I kept missing my first volley. It's been going on for a few months where I was mishitting balls, but it really was obvious in Princeton that there was something wrong. So I had made an appointment with the doctor in Fort Worth, and sure enough, I'm nearsighted. It wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough to where it made a difference. When I finally put the glasses on, it was like a whole new world opened up, and I was so excited. So I played better right away.
So, the first point goes to Mandlikova, attacking. And this is a match we've been looking forward to for a long time.
Speed it up a little bit.
Mandlikova pleased to be here. She's never done well in these Virginia Slims championships. Mandlikova, as we look at Mark Parker, the umpire, Mandlikova on a 12 match winning streak. White. 15.
Paying the price there for a short second serve.
The second serve has seemed greatly improved throughout this tournament and throughout this year. We'll have to see how it is today.
And the first double of the day takes Mandlikova to break point. Service winner.
Hana, like Helena, likes those serves down the middle.
Again, Martina will not allow Hana to live with a weak second serve. Break point 2. And another service winner, twice on the break point occasion. Yes. Third break point. An arduous opening game for Mandlikova. Ooh. Third deuce. Yes. dangerous opening game. 3 break points, 3 deuces, but she holds her serve and must feel much better about getting away without a break of serve. And we'll be back. Navratilova has lost 2 matches already this season. Is she struggling? Well, we asked Hana Mandlikova.
I don't think she's struggling. I just think players realize that she's beatable, and you know, so they have a different attitude going to play her. So I think she's a great player, great champion, and you know, it's just a matter of a couple of players who can be there now.
So Mandlikova says Navratilova is beatable. And with that delayed approach, she has love 30.
And how surprising it was, Mary, to see Martina stay back behind that second serve. I would expect her to change that as we go along.
I don't know if she will, though, Steve. We watched Hana rip so many return of serve winners, particularly off her backhand side.
True, but the danger is Hana's going to take the net away from her.
Like this, net cord.
Of this match today, Hana said, I don't care if Martina loses 100 times or no times. I'm just playing whoever that is that day on the court.
One game all. Difficult opening games for both women. 3 break points against Hana, love 30 against Martina. But each holds.
These two share the same stylistic aim, full court aggression.
Love 15. Woo. Second double fault. And triple break. Break point number 2. This is the 5th against Mandlikova. Beautiful.
Steve, that's just an example of why it's so baffling to play Hana. She seems to have no preference on any shot.
Absolutely, Mary. Look at her roll this backhand topspin lob so delicately over Martina's backhand side into the corner for a winner.
30-40. Hana thought she might have gotten just a piece of the line, but she goes right about her business. And the break. So Martina Navratilova strides ahead, 2-1 on a break of serve. And this is the Virginia Slims Tennis Championships from Madison Square Garden.
I've got a few culinary notes for you. All the players have cold drinks during the changeovers except Hana. And Hana goes for hot tea and lemon. And as for Martina, well, she has her special diet. Last night before a singles match, for dinner she had cold pasta and a cold sweet potato. Don't get these notes in other shows, do you? Now, during the match, Martina brought out a bagel along with oranges just to make sure if she needed a little snack right there, again, during the changeover. By the way, Martina tells me that she is a natural lefty. She does everything else right-handed except play tennis. How did this all happen? When she was in early elementary school, they said, hey, you got to learn how to be a right-hander. She did, but she still plays tennis left-handed, and well. And now let's go back up to Bud.
This is the battleground.
And Hana's going to have to do something about that first serve percentage. She only had 50% of her first serves in the first game, struggled and held. In the last game, she got 1 out of 6 in and paid the price.
Even a player as brilliant as Mandlikova cannot live with 38%. Baseline.
The one shot on which Martina is totally without peer. Those deep first volleys, no one hits them that well.
Ooh. Well, she's hit 2 winning forehand returns.
A real beauty, and Steve, Martina, who can chase down just about anything, has a lot of problems with these flat balls of Hana's.
There's another. She just takes it so early. I think Martina's going to have to serve a lot more to Hana's backhand than she is thus far. Most of these winning returns are off the forehand side.
3 of them thus far. Woo! 15-14. And Martina feels the grip of break point for the first time.
Martina ought to just go ahead and come on in and take her chances. Otherwise, Hana's going to do what she did here. Chip and charge. This one, she opens up the racket face, chips the forehand return down the middle, and Martina nets the passing shot under pressure.
2 games all.
Quiet, please. Love.
Hana Mandlikova playing whitewater tennis. A beautiful backhand that stuns Martina at the net. She must take pains, though, not to get too nonchalant.
Mandlikova back on top again. They are on serve. 3 games to 2. The match has just begun. It's a semifinal, and one of these women will play for the title. Are the numbers regarding attendance? Top crowds, all. This is women's tennis at Madison Square Garden, and we might possibly break that today as Navratilova serves to catch up. She trails 2-3, and she misses at the baseline. The record tennis crowd, and that involved a woman, 30,472, when Billie Jean King beat his piggishness, Bobby Riggs, at the Astrodome in 1973, and whatever that was, we're not quite sure what it was, but it involved tennis.
That could have been a nice that point for Hana there, Steve.
Oh, Mary, she missed a golden opportunity, hit a beautiful underspin return and open up the court, and then Martina just distracted her a little bit, and she missed the opening.
What a great chance for Hana if she can break Martina here and go up 4-2.
Woo! That's her first double fall.
And now, Steve, Hana could have had a love 40 game. And I think these are the kind of shots that haunt a player like Martina. Perhaps they don't. Perhaps she should remember them a bit more.
You're right, but she still has a good opportunity.
Hana hits a canvas after trying to get back a very nice volley by Martina. She really had to have a little bit of luck to get that one back so well.
First knockdown of the match. 40-30.
Well, every once in a while, Martina seems to throw in a second serve on the first delivery, just hitting a kicker up to Hana's forehand, and that's worked on 2 occasions very well.
Watch how little swing is involved in this lovely return by Hana. She stretches out wide and flicks at it.
It is deuce.
And
it got the line. Martina doesn't agree, doesn't believe it. But umpire Martin Parker calls the score. It's break point advantage Mandlikova. Oh, he overruled.
He must have, but I think it's Martina's.
He overruled. That's what he called. He overruled Nancy Epting on the line, but that's deuce.
I say again, it's so tough to hit a shot that Martina at least won't try to chase down, so you know how well Hana is hitting those lobs today.
But she's doing it, Mary, with the topspin off both sides. That's just ridiculous, Mary. Look at Hana on the run here. She chips the return. Martina hits a pretty good cross-court buy. Watch Hana slice this cross-court sharp angle winner.
It's break point. And break.
I agree with you, Steve. It is ridiculous that someone can do that to Martina.
So, Navratilova, who had game points of her own in that game, trails 4-2.
Now, Martina never moved. I'm wondering whether she thought the serve was out.
I'm sure she did.
It's a wild match. And an umpiring overrule that seemed to hurt Mandlikova. And then she came back with glorious shot making and leads 4-2. And is down love 15 in this game.
One of the few points for a while that Martina was, in which Martina had complete control. Hana's been dictating this match the last couple of games.
Ooh, she'll get it! Martina going for a racket change as we look at some wondrous feet. Feet, where are you? There they are.
Martina just did not believe that Hana was going to get to that shot.
No, she was not ready for a get.
If she'd had any notion, she would have been able to pick that off.
Oh, absolutely. It was a great, desperate dive, but certainly Martina could have been there to pick it off. 15-30. Hana Mandlikova, #1 on the planet, at least in this match.
That is long.
And she tried to be so careful with that, Mary. She lined it up, she got set, she got a little underspin on it, hopefully for control, but it still sailed out on her.
Break point. She got it. And Navratilova just walks. Hana Mandlikova does not agree. She is arguing as we watch this replay. What do you think?
I think it was good.
I thought it was good.
I thought it was great.
And that, it's right on. Sometimes replays don't give you a clue, but that one does. And so Martina Navratilova has broken back. Hana Mandlikova still leads 4-3, and this is the Virginia Slims Tennis Championships from Madison Square Garden. So Martina Navratilova serving the catch-up game at 3-4. Wonderful lob over the backhand side. Four breaks of serve in 7 games.
See the net approaches here now with Hana a better percentage than Martina, but what's remarkable is they've both been up at the net 90% of the time. Hardly a point has gone by without one of them charging in.
Totally bluffed, totally faked out Hana on that one. Hana was sliding over onto the backhand side, and Martina takes it right down the middle. 15-all.
Oh.
Steve, Martina's serves, those spin serves are just sitting up too much for Hana.
On either side, she hasn't been able to find a successful pattern. You're right. The first serve just is not hurting her.
Ooh.
Martina acknowledging the miss hit winner. But she sure needed it at this point. Nice little pickup.
30 all. Net court. Wide. Break point.
What a wild and woolly match we have on our hands today. Everything that can happen has happened, and this is just a casual example of how tough it is to win a point off of Hana this afternoon. Break point. This could put Hana up 5-3 in the first set.
Run around, return. And it is 5-3.
What can you do against someone like this? Hana so confident in her return.
And she was jammed on that. It's such an unbelievable shot from that position. Such a good serve.
5-3. Hana Mandlikova serving for the first set. Full cry now.
Sparks are just flying off of her racket.
Couple of Sunday punchers on Saturday. Woo.
Fans pulling both ways now. They'd like to see Martina hit shots like that. Make this as close as humanly possible. A nice smash by Martina off her feet.
30-15. Oh. Ooh, what a time for her third double fault. 30 all. Navratilova has a break point.
Nice running by Martina, and what she does so well is as she charges in, she puts so much work on the ball that though Hana played it right, it just buzzed off her strings, no control. 30-40.
And the break. Navratilova says you may not have the first set, Hana. It is 5-4 for Hana Mandlikova, who came 2 points from winning the first set, and Navratilova will serve when we return.
Go ahead, bud.
Go ahead, Merrick.
Last point, a big smashing winner. Martina spanks it up with the net. Break serve, and is now trying to hold to even the match at 5-all.
Holding is the hardest thing to do out here today. It's good.
You have to believe Hana was lucky on that, because it was such a high trajectory return. It looked like it might go wide or long, and it was neither.
Martina has held only once in 4 serving games. Six successive breaks of serve.
Mary, we've finally seen Hana make a couple of human responses on the return. High returns and setting up Martina for the easy first volley.
It's true, Steve. She can't start floating them now. By being as daring as she has been, she's been leading this match.
Oh.
There it is again.
So once again, Hana Mandlikova 2 points from the set, as she was in the previous game.
Hana helping out with the call there.
You hear some whistles, but it was clearly a fault. Oh. Navratilova.
This backhand poses no problem for Martina. It was well struck, but Martina was right there to intercept.
40-30. Woo! It's wide.
Martina can kick herself. She overran that
Overran
shot.
it, didn't she? Too quick.
Too quick. Not many people can complain of that.
So for the 3rd time, Mandlikova is 2 points from the set. She circles it, she nears it. Ooh, and she has set point. There is no defense against that sort of explosiveness.
That's a clutch point for Martina there, to pull a drop volley off on a set point down off a bullet.
Second deuce. And a service winner. Navratilova has escaped the set point. It's 5 games all.
And look at her. Look how pumped up Martina is. Steve, anybody would have problems against Hana, and yet Martina seems to suffer more heartburn playing against Hana than Chris does.
Yes, she does. I think that's all a question of style, and that Chris can make Hana stay back and rally on her serve and hit a lot more ground strokes.
Don't you think there's a lot of psychological subtlety in there, too? The backgrounds, the kid who comes up following her in Prague, the ball girl. You don't want to lose to a kid like that who's trying to take away your championship and your #1 status. Uh-oh, 2 bad volleys. Now you see the paradox of Hana Mandlikova. Glorious and grimy, all within seconds. Love 40's the score.
Hana was crazy not to play that point.
I don't know what Martin Parker has called the score. I don't know what Hana was thinking.
Martina graciously offering her glasses to anyone who might be needing that perhaps a couple of myopic lines people.
There's the mistake Hana's making. She's calling the lines, you see, and that is not within the player's precinct.
It's just not professional. You have to play the calls, and if they're not there for you, good heavens, play it anyway. Hana could have made that first volley.
It is triple.
Look at that. Look at that, Bud. Her racket wasn't even to the ball at all.
Triple break point. And a service winner. Now see Hana being sarcastic with the umpire, but distracting herself. And the break. And so Navratilova ahead for the first time in the set. 6-5. But can she serve it out? This is the Virginia Slims Tennis Championships from Madison Square Garden.
Mady Olivo has just been appointed to a new and very important position, Managing Director, Women's International Professional Tennis Council. That's pretty long on the letterhead, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations. Tell me about this job, and first of all, about yourself.
Thank you, Bob. I have been recently working with the Los Angeles Olympic Organizing Committee in Los Angeles. I was an associate vice president there and worked on the contracts that we had with the sponsors, who I'm sure everyone is well aware of. They got a lot of exposure. Then I worked in accreditation, which was more of an operational matter with the games. Prior to that, I had been with ProServe in Washington, D.C., working with professional tennis players.
And if I can just interrupt, I might add before time runs out that you come from France originally, and you're also a lawyer, well qualified in every way. We'll speak again later. Thank you, Mady.
Thank you.
Martina Navratilova, let's watch the break point that gives her the 6-5 lead. It was a very tough serve that she handled well. And Mandlikova hit that response into the net. It is 6-5 with Navratilova going for the set. And she has saved one set point. Ooh! Splendor in the garden. Would you call this rising to the occasion?
Backhand smash. Unbelievable.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Do you think Mandlikova fell apart in that last game? Arguing over calls, 2 bad volleys, failing to play 1 point. I wonder.
I think that's part of it, but I also think Martina played a really gutsy game there.
And she's played a very good game here, too. She hit a couple of excellent first serves after that great lunging backhand smash to give herself triple set point.
Ace number 2. And set number 1 for Martina Navratilova. Challenged by the sparkling Mandlikova, resisting the challenge, winning the set 7-5, and continuing her unbeaten record under glass. Wearing spectacles, she has now won her 15th successive set. Oh! Almost an afterthought. Pulling it out of the corner. Shot of the tournament.
Just what it looks like, but because watch how late she gets to the gets a shot.
Oh, maybe I'll play it anyway.
How'd she ever pull it cross court?
Oh gosh, she's a little strong, Steve. I think she could out and Indian wrestle you and me together.
You've got no argument here.
My God, what a shot that was.
indeed.
Why in the world did she take a big swing at it and hit it in the tops when she could have punched it anywhere she wanted? But that's Hana. Martina's got herself so pumped up now that she's pulling out some volleys tonight, playing some tennis better than we've seen her do it in a long time.
I don't think tennis has been played like this by a female before. 2 knockdowns of Hana in this match. Second deuce.
Again, Martina, with her probing returns of serve, will just keep the pressure on Hana.
And this is a sign of a great champion. She loves this because so seldom is she challenged today. In a game she dominates. And Mandlikova can bring out the greatness. Break point. Third deuce. Break point. Who?
Have a look here. Anytime Hana hits a short second serve like that one, in comes Martina, but she bails herself out with a down-the-line passing shot.
Fourth deuce. Longest game of the afternoon. She got the corner, I believe.
Called good, but he's signaling good.
What a tough volley to try to control on the strings of your racket. Watch how hard Martina hits it.
So Hana has the advantage. Net cord goes for Martina. Yes. Fifth deuce. A similar first game of the match to this first game of the second set. That won by Mandlikova in 3 deuces, 3 break points. This 5 deuces, 2 break points.
But I think this one, Bud, is a lot more critical for Hana.
Oh, my word, yes.
That's good. Hana again with some glistening sequences of shots. This lob was just gorgeous, and this whole match, this is like playing a record album at 78 by mistake instead of 33. It's all going by so quickly.
Wins this critical game. The first game of the second set.
She wins the first game, second set.
So let's see if Navratilova can keep it going. Virginia Slims Championships, we're down to the semifinals of the draw. Shriver was the quarterfinal victim of Navratilova, and here's the way it looks. Sukova is already in the final, awaiting one of these two women. Ace number 3 for Martina. Hana Mandlikova on a 12-match winning streak.
No one plays Martina in this fashion. No one goes after her.
No.
The way that Hana does.
Hana has won 20 of 23 matches this season. Martina has 21 of 23. Woo!
I don't know, Mary, but if I were Martina, I'd almost forget about that kicker. Anything that sits up, Hana's going to demolish it.
Give it the hook.
Give it the slice and take your chances.
She's listening to you. Why?
30 all.
Martina has held serve only 3 of 6 times. 7 breaks in the first set. One game all.
Well, when Hana has decided to follow the return in and challenge Martina at the net, she hasn't been too successful, and often missing high routine volleys like that one. That's a shot Martina's been hitting so well through the tournament, particularly against Pam Shriver. The underspin lob down the line.
Steve, I think Hana's low volleys are better than her high volleys in general.
Strange thing, that's her nature. You're right. I'd agree with that.
Well, I can't interpret what she said there, but it wasn't complimentary in Czechoslovak, I'm sure. winner. I thought she had an ace.
She did.
Yep. First one. And another. 2 aces in succession as Hana Mandlikova takes a 2-1 lead. In the second set, she lost the first set to Martina Navratilova.
2-1. Second set.
Semifinal, and this is the Virginia Slims Tennis Championships from Madison Square Garden.
Katarina Lindqvist is with me right now. Any surprises in this match we're watching, Katarina?
Well, I'm surprised the way both of the break each other's service all the time. I don't know how many breaks it was in the first time, but it was a lot. So.
Why do you think that's happening?
I don't know. I think they might be a little tense, both of them. I think they both really wants to win this match, and like Martina lost the last time they played, and so I think it's getting better. That was in the beginning, though, so I think they're losing up now.
Have you had a chance to do anything besides play tennis here in New York?
Yeah, I went shopping this morning, and I bought this sweater.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katarina. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And now let's go back up once again to Bud Collins. Bud?
Virginia Wade is here, the 1977 Wimbledon champion, and still appears on the circuit as its senior member.
You'll see how Hana's first serve percentage has gone way up. Martina's been consistently high.
Well, Hana had that one letdown in the 11th game of the match. 2 bad volleys, distracting herself over a call she thought was incorrect, but that was enough for Martina to slip through. Now she seems to be back in touch. Semi-final match. We'll have the final for you tomorrow live. I'm Bud Collins along with Mary Carrillo, Steve Flink, Bob Wolf. And we still have the doubles championship this afternoon, so you have another chance to see marvelous Martina. She'll be playing with Pam Shriver against Helena Sukova and Claudia Koda-Kilsch, the Twin Towers. Whoa. Now, this next message is only for one person, the lady in Westchester County who called and asked if we were going to have this match on television. She said she was going to sit there all day if we did. Hope you're enjoying it, honey. Has he gone yet? I'll be right over.
Steve, I think if Martina were more confident in her serve today, she'd be hitting a lot flatter.
2 double faults for Martina.
I agree, and a lot more slice as well.
What do you do about that?
And there again, Mary, we just saw her come over that serve, and even though it was a first serve, it bounced up high, and Hana loves that return.
She really does. On this shot, Hana complained after the point was over that that shot was wide. I don't think it was, but it didn't matter, did it?
Break point. herself. 3-1. Hana Mandlikova had a 4-2 lead in the first set.
But that was so strange to see Martina up 40-15, double fault to let her back in the game, then double fault at break point to give it away.
Yeah, it was 40-15 indeed, but now it's 3-1 for Hana Mandlikova. Net cord.
Let's have a look at this point here. Such a beautifully played point. Martina hits the chip, which clipped off the net cord. Hana just tried to slide it down the line, but Martina read her, raced across for the drive volley winner.
15-30. Didn't give Hana a chance to recover. Woo! And a couple of break points.
Little too much softball from Hana in this game. It's a pity she wasn't more alert to the rhythm of the match, because she had it right here, and now she's in trouble.
It's long. Navratilova is back in the ball game. They're even on serve, although Hana Mandlikova is the leader, 3-2. She lost the first set 7-5. I know you'll be with us when we come back. What a dynamite match between two blasters and women with touch as well. Hana Mandlikova, or Mandlikova, however you want to pronounce it, against Martina Navratilova.
And nothing much has changed, but in the area of attacking, both players come barreling in whenever they get the chance.
They get lonely at the baseline, don't they? Here's Martina, 2-3. She won the first set 7-5 and let. The first let opportunity for the net judge, who has just moved in, Nancy Epting. On the line.
I can't believe that lob. I mean,
the radar lob.
That one, she just got the slightest bit of roll on it, but it was so beautifully disguised. Right down the middle of the court, and she still beats her outright with a winner. We saw that slice skidding low, making Hana lift up the return, and Martina had her favorite high forehand volley to take care of matters.
Just the kind of volley that Hana tends to miss at times, Martina's pretty good with.
I hope afterwards, Mary, you're going to ask Martina why she served so much to the forehand.
I will, but my feeling is that Martina watched how well Hana was returning off the backhand side all week. It was truly remarkable.
On the other hand, Mary, the other players are right-handers, and Martina's got the lefty slice to hurt her more with it. And I think she's begun to realize that now.
Good point, Steve.
14-13.
The Martina serve. It hasn't been as good today as she might want it to be. Although we must say that Hana is returning serve as well as possible.
3 games all. Now Mandlikova in the danger zone. Cannot afford a break.
I thought that was a little better return than it might have looked like, because it was a very good first serve.
It dropped quickly on her, too. You'd say Martina was a little bit interested in looking at her face. Hana stopped a 54-match winning streak of Martina early last year. And a double fault. Painful. Her 4th.
She realized that she has to get an awful lot of depth on her second serve, and Martina's going to attack, and I think that's causing some of those doubles.
This set up the shot for the easy smash into the open court.
First ball's a fault, 30 all. Martina may have gotten higher than she thought she was going to get on that ball and didn't lever it. So Hana comes out of love 30 to take a 4-games-to-3 lead. So she's very much in this semifinal match. This is the Virginia Slims Tennis Championships from Madison Square Garden.
Bill Goldstein, who is the tournament administrator and whose firm Sports Etc. is promoting the tournament, is beside me. And year after year, Bill, you've been setting records. How about this season?
Well, Bob, I'm very happy to tell you that women's tennis at the Garden now holds all 10 of the top 10 crowds in the history of women's tennis. And today's crowd, I'm tickled to be able to announce, is the biggest crowd in the history of women's tennis, 15,786, which breaks the record that we set last year in the finals.
Oh, that's just terrific.
Well, we couldn't be happier, and it's a testimony to the relationship that we have with the sponsor, Virginia Slims, with the great venue of Madison Square Garden, and the hard work that all of us do all year long. So we're very happy about it.
Bill, my congratulations to you, and to Ella, and to all those in your staff. Bill Goldstein, our special guest.
Thanks, Bob.
Well, we've received word that you're looking in on a record tennis crowd for women, 15,786, which breaks the previous record set last year in this event by about 300. And to close out thoughts on attendance, as we said, that Riggs King Fandango was 30,000 plus. But the record for legitimate tennis, 25,578. Davis Cup, 3 straight days. Australia against the United States in Sydney, Australia, 1954. That was the great match in which Tony Trabert and Vic Seixas for the United States won the cup 3-2 over Lou Hode and Ken Rosewall. What a hook.
Twice in this game, Martina has very successfully pulled Hana off the court on the ad side.
That's right, Mary, and she also pulled her wide down the middle in the deuce court on the first point, so she served beautifully this game.
Following your advice at last. Second serve once again. Longest point of the match. Oh. 4 games all.
Look at this rally, but as you described it, longest of the match finally ended by Martina's good backhand approach, opening up the court for the forehand volley winner. She took the initiative when she had to.
She wasn't going to stand for a longer rally than that.
But have you ever seen a better backhand approach shot, man or woman, Martina Navratilova?
Man or woman?
I really believe that.
Kind of like Rod Laver's, but wow. It's a good point, Steve.
How about you, Mary?
I think that's Martina's best shot. I don't know if it's of all time. I kind of like it.
Ooh, she got, oh no, she did not get the line.
Martina pulled this one, and perhaps that's what drew it wide. She muscled it just a little too much.
Ace for Mandlikova. That is 3. She got the line. And from 40 love to 40-30. Mandlikova 5 games to 4. She got 5 games in the previous set, didn't win it. And Martina Navratilova 20-3 for this stage of the season, which for her is virtually a slump. And Mary Carrillo went to Martina and said, "Why are you not playing very well?" Took nerve, didn't it?
Well, I think my patch of not playing so well really had a lot to do with last year, because I had a 74 match winning streak and the Grand Slam winning streak, and I think playing just about flawless tennis for 2 years, losing 3 matches in 2 years, it really took its toll. And I finally this winter, I think that's what happened. I was really flat when I played Chris, mentally and emotionally, and when I played Hana, I tried real hard the first set, and I totally lost heart in the second set, and I've never done that. So I played a lot of matches, but I think most of it has to do with just the fact that I played so well over the last couple of years that finally had to let it down. But still, I don't feel that I'm washed up by any means, and I'm still ready to go.
Well, this is set game against Martina Navratilova at 4-5. And she has shown no signs of being washed up, as she herself says, and we would concur. 4-5. And a good start by Hana.
Well, Hana really stepped right in, Mary, on that return and chipped it aggressively past Martina. That's a lovely shot.
At this point, Steve, I really feel that Martina should spread her shoulders and hit those serves.
You got to. Both players tensed up a little, I guess, there. Martina staying back behind the serve and Hana netting a return.
Whoa.
Let's have a look at this. Martina stayed back behind another first serve. Hana came in cross court, and Martina used the angle to go down the line for a winner.
Uh-oh. She can get it. Two superb athletes.
40-15.
It's 40-15. Oh.
Steve, it's perfectly understandable why Martina would be gun-shy and why she would be discriminating to follow her serve up to the net.
I agree.
This one, she made a nice first volley. That's must be said. But Hana on the run can be so dangerous.
Woo!
Well, Martina has 6 consecutive first serves in this game, and she stands at deuce.
She was 40-15, and now Hana Mandlikova 2 points from winning the set.
And she had set point in the first set, but
Not enough. Pam Shriver watching her doubles partner.
Along with her mother, Margot Shriver.
Right in back of Pam, that's right, with the glasses. Also a lady of great height and distinction.
Gee.
Oh, boy.
Second deuce.
Martina can only shake her head at returns like this.
Boy, they're ripping each other. And Martina stayed back again. Fearful of the return?
I'm sure that's why she's staying back.
Gee!
Extraordinary disguise. You just don't know if Hana's going to slice it, hit it flat, hit it angled.
Third deuce. Third time she's been 2 points from winning the set.
That is
standing up a bit too straight. She came off that ball a little early. That's what happens when you get nervous.
Fifth game point for Martina.
That's funny. Someone has just decided to walk out. It's a boring match.
Can't stand the suspense. I think it's wide, yes. And it's deuce number 4.
Well, that would have been a miracle. Mandlikova had played such a good return. If Martina had made that volley.
Well, we've seen some shot-making miracles this afternoon. Hana Mandlikova, 4th time she's been within tasting distance of this set. 2 points away.